It's pretty easy to see from here. Phillips is going to take the free kick. Sends it looking for Whitney Ivancho, played by DeFebo, but her pass intercepted. To Presley Paoli. Into the middle looking for Rowan Lowy. That ball's loose and cleared by the Buccaneers. And that's going to be a Caravel possession here as we are in the 5th minute here at Bob Peoples Stadium. Thanks for joining us on a beautiful Sunday afternoon, the first day of June. Not the latest the soccer has gone. I noticed today when I was doing some research that I think just last year they played the final on June 2nd. That's going to be tipped out of bounds by St. Mark's, and ball goes to Caravel. Throw in here by number 11, and that's Lauren Pressler. Libinate gets it to Buffon. DeFebo looking for some room against O'Brien. Can she get around her? She gets the ball up to, is that Phillips? No, that is, it's a through ball to Ivancho. Shot in to the right of the net, to the left of keeper Taylor Fitzgerald. The first chance on goal for either team. It was not on net, but the first opportunity for St. Mark's in the 6th minute goes just a bit wide, and it's going to be a goal kick. But a nice pass ahead to Whitney Ivancho, and she got a piece of it and just sent it a little bit wide. Always a busy day at Caravel, softball going on across the way, but we're here for soccer. DIAA softball is tomorrow night from the University of Delaware. Caravel will be playing in that one against Sussex Tech. Intercepted by Gianna DeFebo, trying to split O'Brien, and Abe is not able to do it, and Macy Hood plays it for the Bucks.
I like how they switched the field there, Mike. Very nice.
So a lot of movement up and down the field, usually ending before they hit the box. Speaking of which, that ball, Joy Buffon gets it before it gets into the box to O'Brien. She's going to send it in. That's the loose ball. Let's see if Gibbons comes out to get it. It was off of Ava for an awful and spun in there on Emma Gibbons. The Spartans excellent keeper. Taken by Whitney Ivancho. Looking ahead, played by Rowan Lowy, but just out of her possession. It'll be sent upfield by the Spartans by the Bucks back to Ivancho. A give and go with DeFebo. Down the right side goes Whitney Ivancho. Nice move to get around Macy Hood, and that's not an easy task. But the Bucks intercept the pass, and here's Hood into the middle.
Oh, Macy Hood is an outstanding defender.
There's the block by St. Mark's. That was number 16. We got that Sadie Trumbull, just a freshman, and it's out of bounds. I believe it's going to be a throw in here for the Spartans.
Deep in that corner.
They're in the corner. Casapula sends it in, and it's going to be off of side of her foot, so it'll be a goal kick here for Fitzgerald. 9th minute of play at Caravel Academy. Thanks for tuning in this afternoon. We have another game for you at, I think it's scheduled at 3:30. That is always flexible.
It'll probably be about 30 minutes after this one ends, unless this one ends before 3.
Played in there by Fernopful, but out of bounds it goes. It'll be a throw-in for Caravel. So we expect a couple of tight ones today, and this one has lived up to it so far. There's a through ball attempt by number 10, Sydney Hayden, but intercepted by Joy Buffon.
What a play by Buffon there, too, Mike. If that
has some danger written on it, didn't it?
You and I have seen so many through balls in the past that they're never good for the defense if they get through.
Caravel with all that pressure. That's the kind of game they play on defense. Looking for Lowy. They have Rowan Lowy. She taps to the left side to bring Casapula. Taken away by Hood. We've heard that many times over the past 5 years.
Yeah, you talked about how good the Caravel defense is, too, but, they haven't faced an offensive team like this St. Mark's.
Nice tackle by DeFebo. That is out of bounds. It'll stay with Caravel. Yeah, Caravel, they play some really great defense. They don't score a ton, but they score enough to win every game.
I was going to say, when your defense is that good.
That looked like a handball, but it's going to be in play. Now, handballs are not automatic stoppages. It's if they affect the flow of play normally is how they do it. Saved in bounds by the Spartans. It rolls over the sideline. It'll be a throw-in for Caravel to number 7, Reese Mashinsky. Reese, one of the few seniors on this Caravel team.
That's the one thing about St. Mark's. That all started with a quick restart. So if you Caravel, you got to watch. St. Mark's will do those quick restarts if they can.
Casapula tries to intercept, cannot. It's into Abe. Tries to chip it by Presley Paoli. Cannot. Paoli up the right side, marked by Abe. Kicks, and it goes out of bounds onto the track. Caravel ball. Good job there by Taylor Abe to put some pressure on Presley Paoli. Nice play by the Bucks. Pressler battling down there with a couple of Spartans. It's going to be a throw-in for Caravel. That one kind of off the top of the shoe of Ava Fernopfel up in the air. That ball's live. Nobody's playing it. And finally St. Mark's gets it. Casapula is going to send it up the left side, looking for Sadie Trumbull. Keeps it in bounds, gets by a defender. Has a teammate ahead. That would be Rowan Lowy, but she can't get it to her. Played out of bounds by Trumbull. It'll be a throw-in, but that's a good job by Sadie Trumbull to hustle back and disrupt that Caravel play. You're looking for a play here, maybe a turnover or some kind of, a foul that leads to a free kick. It's going to be a tough. Goal's going to be tough to come by today.
I agree, Mike. It's going to be one of those ones where you go look for corner kicks or one of those dangerous through balls that we mentioned.
That long play, ball rolls in on Gibbons, and she sends it upfield where it's taken by Taylor Abe. Through the legs of a defender, up the middle, looking for a give and go, but St. Mark's is there, intercepted by Caravel. It is interrupted, too. That's going to roll to the right of the goal. Gibbons is going to let it roll out of bounds for the goal kick. 13th minute here at Caravel Academy. Thanks for joining us on the NFHS Network, powered by 302 Sports. Nice crowd on hand. Jane, I believe one ticket gets you 2 games if you want to stick around and watch them both.
Absolutely. I would.
Well, guess what? You are sticking around, at least for most of the second game. So I got some good news for you. Up the middle looking for Phillips. She's been a little quiet so far. Lily looking to get started. She sends the ball way down deep, but nobody home. That'll be a goal kick for the Bucks. Now for St. Mark's, the good news is Caravel's 120 yards away from the goal. Spartans, they play on a grass field at home, but because of all the rain we've had, Jay, they've played both of their tournament games on turf.
Yep.
So they're used to playing on turf. Caravel, obviously, a turf team. Off of Paoli. Mashinsky can't get it. It's sent up to Ivancho. Gets it into Phillips. Going to be looking for some room somewhere. Lily Phillips spins around, sends it up looking for Whitney Ivancho. Ivancho kicks it over the end line. I believe it's going to be a goal kick. She was battling for possession there.
Yeah, you talk about St. Mark's. They do play on grass, but I think they're more of a turf team with the way they play, with their speed.
Very fast team, and they love that long pass.
And they like to hit the home run, so.
The turf field obviously gives you a smoother roll and a truer bounce. There's a kick up the middle. It's going to be battled for. Ball's loose. O'Brien, surrounded by 3 Spartans, gets it off to her right. Sadie Trumbull with the interception, sends it down the left side.
Great play by Sadie.
But cleared, almost cleared by Caravel. St. Mark's, maybe an opportunity here. That ball rolls out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for St. Mark's. No corners yet in this one.
Like you said, Mike, I don't see many opportunities in this game, so when you get them,
they will be at a premium.
Yes.
That ball saved in by Trumbull. Phillips has her shot smothered by Macy Hood. Devancho, we have a tackle. That's going to be a free kick for St. Mark's. First big opportunity, Jay. It's going to be about 24 yards out.
Absolutely, Mike.
Let's go, White!
Here in the 16th minute.
I'll probably have, if I had to guess, probably have Louis Phillips take the kick.
Let's go, White! Clean it up!
As a goalkeeper, you have to watch that top corner.
So it's going to be Lily Phillips, the Penn State commit.
Caravel does have the wall set up.
St. Mark's ready to crash the net. It's in a Fitzgerald, ball's loose, but Taylor Fitzgerald able to fall on it.
Good job by Phillips getting that on goal, Mike. That's not easy through that wall to keep it low like that. She does, and good job by Fitzgerald.
She kept her eye on it. There were about 6 Spartans around her, and that's the first save of the game. As this game has been a lot of movement, that was the first best opportunity to get in there, and it was a free kick, as we talked about earlier. Maybe a mistake or an error or a foul will mean a difference in this one. Here's a steal by Hood into the middle. Long shot in on Gibbons. Skips in on her. That's the save by Emma Gibbons, as that ball handcuffed her a little bit.
Yeah, I know what some people are like, that's far out, but if you can get it, you never know how it's going to bounce on the turf, Mike, or, get somebody in there for the rebound. So it's a good idea.
There's Ava Denise with possession, and 2-on-1 for St. Mark's, but they lose the ball. They're going to get it back. Buffon sends it up the sideline, out of bounds.
The way both these defenses play, you might have to shoot from out there sometimes too.
Well, that ball just skipped right in on Gibbons and went through her hands a little bit, but not enough to get over that line. Blocked out of bounds. I believe that might have been Joy Buffon. Nope, that was Catherine Libanate who deflected that out of bounds. Jay, the older I get, the harder to see these numbers all the way across the field. But we will power through this, because this is some good soccer. Down the right side, Caravel looking for the home run. That ball rolls, I think it's over the end line. That should be a goal kick. Now they're going to say a throw-in. I couldn't really tell if it went behind the flag or in front of the flag. They're going to say it was out of bounds on the sideline. So a throw-in, that's a little bit better news for Caravel as they intercept this ball. St. Mark's takes it away. There's a little contact out there. He's going to let him play. Looking for Avancho. Can she get around the defender? Looking for the home run pass. Denise trying to get to it. It's going to be kicked out of bounds by Melania Suter of Caravel, one of their basketball state champions, or not state champions. She's one of their basketball players. Sorry, Stanford. That was they were in a championship game.
Who?
Caravel.
They won it.
They did win. Yeah. See, I never forget these things.
They beat St. Elizabeth's in the championship this year.
So Melania Suter is one of the champions. I was right the first time. I should just trust my instincts. Sent in. Gibbons is going to come up to the top of the box and take that one. Booted by Gibbons. It bounces past O'Brien. Phillips and Avancho are there. Whitney Avancho sends it in, but only gray shirts there That's going to be kicked. It's going to go out of bounds and almost took out one of our photographers. Throwing by Paoli. DeFebo into the middle. She's got Denise. Stolen by the Bucks. Played by Sydney Hayden up to the field, but the Spartans get it. Phillips loses possession. And it's taken by Caravel once more. I think that's Hayden Haynes that got that ball. The phone with the steal. Mashinsky down the right side. Turns around looking for some help. Abe gets a shot in and a save by Emma Gibbons, 20th minute.
I like that passing by Caravel, Mike. Nice couple quick passes and a turnaround shot from about 25 yards out. We're going to have a foul there on St. Mark's.
So it's going to be a free kick for Caravel. Their first, if I remember correctly, and it's going to be a distance out there, but it's always dangerous.
If you have someone who can kick it deep, then you can get a head on it. Or
we'll see what happens. Here's the kick by Robinson. I'm sorry, Hood.
There
Tipped
it is.
In, it's goal. Lillian O'Brien.
No, it's offside.
It's wiped out.
It's offside.
So offside, that will not count. It was headed in by Lillian O'Brien. And we are still scoreless. Lillian O'Brien got right in front of Gibbons and headed it right past her.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Mike, she got past the defense too a little early, so it was all sides. But what a kick by Macy Hood, Mike. We said we didn't think that we didn't know how dangerous that would be. She kicked that ball about 50 yards in the air.
Line drived it right there, and Mashinsky did a great job tipping it. But as you mentioned, the offside flag was up. Here's Avancho. She sends it in to the right of Fitzgerald. It's going to be a goal kick.
Good job, Sienna.
So it looks like Sienna Trumbull is going to get a rest here for St. Mark's. I believe they brought Bryn Casapula back into the game. So Casapula with a breather. This will be kicked out by one of the defenders. Line drive intercepted by Avancho. Nice play. Reverse it over her head. Denise with the ball. Looking for an opening. And it's cleared out by the Buccaneers. A good job by Ava Denise. Stolen by Presley Paoli, and out of bounds it goes. So action heating up a little bit, Jay, here in the middle of the first half.
Each team with a couple chances off of free plays, Mike. We said the free plays are going to be dangerous, and we've seen why.
A steal, and that pass by Hayden. Casapula is going to try to get to it. She does. Down the left side she goes. She's got Macy Hood on her. Out of bounds. Where's it going to go? It's going to be Caravel throwing.
It's going to be Caravel.
Good job by Macy Hood. She's just so good.
Just remember, I will stop my clock with 2 minutes left, and it will be kept on the field the last 2 minutes.
Looking for the home run ball here is Caravel. This is Taylor Abe up the left side. Paoli comes back. Overruns just a bit, but she gets back in position. Abe along the goal line across. Tipped in by Mashinsky, but the save by Gibbons.
Caravel's starting to get some good opportunities, Mike. A great save there by Gibbons.
Let's go, St. Mark's.
It's kind of how we expected this first half to play out, Mike. There comes St. Mark's with the quick counter.
Looking ahead. Can they get to it? It's Phillips. Gets around her defender. She's got a little bit of space. Fitzgerald catches that bouncer.
Tell you what, both goalies have been good here in this last few minutes.
So Lily Phillips did a good job getting around the defender. It's not easy to do against Caravel. Their defenders are really good.
We're seeing both teams' offense starting to pick up the pace a little bit.
Casapula gets possession. Down the left side she goes, taken away. but Trumbull knocks it out of bounds. And it's going to go off the Caravel.
Yeah,
It's going to be
it
St.
did.
Mark's ball.
And
It's about 80 yards from where we are, so.
both teams have had, great defense in the first 20 minutes. Now we're starting to see some more offensive chances by both teams.
Trumbull hustles back and gets that one. There's 2 Trumballs on St. Mark's, by the way. Sadie, number 16, just to mess me up. Sienna is number 2. She was in a little bit earlier.
Did you tell them that you're guaranteed to get them wrong by one time?
Yeah, let me tell you. On one of the Division I games, there's 2 kids with the same last name that are numbers are right next to each other. At least these guys are number 2 and number 16.
Yeah.
Sadie, a freshman, Sienna, the junior. Ahead, looking for Avancho.
I think I just went a little too far.
But it's going to be kicked out of
Yeah.
bounds, and the throw-in for St. Mark's. An opportunity here in the 25th minute. Spartans will be thrown in by Presley Paoli. She's looking for Phillips, and why not? That's a smart move. Stolen by Macy Hood. Stop if you heard that before. Good interruption there by Libinate. Here comes Phillips up ahead looking for Whitney Avancho. Whitney sends it in. That bouncer taken by Fitzgerald.
Keep it down there, girl.
Like you said, we got 2 outstanding goalies here today. But I'd still try and put shots on them and see if you can get a rebound.
You never know. Fitzgerald, that one is kicked out of bounds to be a throw-in for St. Mark's. Coach Dan Swayze hands it to his player for the throw-in. She usually boots that ball. I think she got under that one just a little bit. Flag is blowing. Looks like it's blowing across the field.
It's definitely a windy day out there. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely windy. Like you said, it looks more like a crosswind.
Can look at the flags on the corners. Look like it's blowing behind us across the field. So not favoring either team necessarily.
That's got to be a foul.
And there's a foul on Caravel.
Again, we saw one from the other side of the 40
Let's go, White.
turn into a dangerous play.
So we are on the visitor sideline. So if you hear yelling, you're going to hear more people yelling for St. Mark's on our side. Caravel is the home stands there across the way. Lily Phillips going to take this big one. Sends it in. It's going to be on net. It's into the box, headed out by the Bucks.
I'll tell you what, we've seen.
It's going to be a throw-in, by the way, by
We've seen Macy Hood kick one about 50 yards, and we just saw Lily Phelps kick one about 50 yards. So
that's out of bounds to St. Mark's. So it's very even half here. You don't really see any team dominating.
no, both have had good chances.
That throw-in off one of the Bucks. That looks like number 3 from way up here, Hayden Haynes. There's also Haley Haynes for Caravel. So, these teams are trying their best. That's going to be another Spartans throw-in. It's going to be taken here by St. Mark's, but lost. DeFebo is going to send it back. They're going to try to set it up again. Blocked by the Bucks. Can they get going? Good job there by Sadie Trumbull to interrupt that Caravel player. It's going to be a Bucks throw-in. Sadie Trumbull's having a strong first half defensively.
She is. She really is.
I talked to, I think it was a handball. I talked to Whitney Avancho the other day after the Newark Charter game. She was quick to credit their defense. Joy Buffon, Ava Fernopfel, Sadie Trumbull, Presley Paoli. They've been strong all year. This is going to be, it was a handball. This is going to be a free kick. And it's going to be Phillips from in front of the Caravel bench. Line drive off of Casapula. And down goes Casapula. There's bodies on the floor. And Caravel takes it. Here comes Taylor Abe up the middle. Mashinsky's got it. She finds a hole in that defense just briefly. Here's Casapula after the steal. Plays it up to the left side looking for, I'm not sure who that is, Trumbull.
Let's go, White.
Ivancho trying to get it to a teammate. She does. It's Denise. Ava Denise blocked off by a Caravel defender.
Yeah, she got deep possessed.
Denise, by the way, is a sophomore, so you'll be hearing her name over the next few years. A lot of youth on both of these teams. We mentioned St. Mark's here for the fourth time in the last 5 years. That shot blocked by Paoli. She won't be around. She's a senior. She graduated yesterday. No call. Presley Paoli up the middle. Nice pass to Phillips. Ahead to Whitney Avancho. She's got Denise on her left. Gets around her defender. Going to send it in front. Off the crossbar. Off a Caravel defender and off the crossbar. And stays out.
Man, we've had some golden opportunities in this one.
Would have been an own goal, but it just caught the outside of the crossbar and straight down it went to Taylor Fitzgerald, who alertly got that one. But Whitney Avancho almost put him ahead. I don't know. She gets credit for the ball. There's a whistle. We're going to have Caravel possession. So foul way back on the other side of midfield. I don't know if they just call that an own goal or if Whitney gets credit for that.
I'm not sure in high school. Of course, MLS and Premier League, it would say own goal.
So still 0-0 ends up not mattering, but what a St. Mark's, that's the closest anyone's come so far.
Well, we had the offsides goal.
They did have that too. We have a foul on St. Mark's, and here Caravel with a free kick.
If I'm St. Mark's, I'm staying up there until they make you move back, and that's what they're going to do.
It's going to be about 38 yards out. It's going to be Macy Hood, and she can reach.
We saw her kick from almost 50 yards out. So
St. Mark's, they're going way more than 10 yards. Probably a good idea. Macy Hood with the shot.
Caravel just has to make sure they don't go off sides.
Gibbons reaches up for the save. So Gibbons was awake, as you expect her to be. And Jay, Mike Lang got a good picture of that.
I think if Hood hits that up maybe a few yards higher in the air.
Yeah, I mean, it almost got over Emma.
Yeah.
She's not the tallest keeper out there. Taylor Fitzgerald, we've been watching her since her freshman year, and I think she's grown 6 inches since the first time we saw her play. And she's a wall out there, that Fitzgerald. Nothing gets by her. Not too often. Some stuff gets by her. Of course, Caravel's only loss this year to Appoquinimink, who's coming into this game undefeated today against Middletown. We'll have that for you around 3:30. St. Mark's trying to answer back here. They thought they had one on the deflection. Here's Casapula looking for Avancho. And out of bounds it goes. Played by a photographer. Very nicely, by the way. Hits the ball that the ball boy threw in there.
How dare him? The ball boy was doing
his job, man. You know, the photographer did have a nice little kick.
He did.
It's inbound. It's going to be taken by the Spartans. They play it back. Ava Frenapel, number 14.
He's going to be playing in the media game later tonight.
Yeah. Good kick there by Frenapel. Headed, deflected. Rowan Lowy. Can Lowy get to it? No, it's going to be played out of bounds. Is it going to reach out of bounds? No, it's going to stay in. DeFebo plays it back. And that goes out of bounds. So, good play there, I believe. I'm not sure who got that for Caravel. 15 for Caravel would be Isabella Rivera Galindo. This is O'Brien up the middle. Gets through Trumbull.
To go out.
Yeah, and is that Mushinsky? No, it's not Reese Mushinsky. The other player for Caravel. Let's see if I can zoom in and get that.
Looks like 7 maybe.
Nah, that's Reese. It wasn't Reese. Maybe 17 O'Brien. I thought it was O'Brien who kicked the ball. Anyway, ball's loose on the sideline right in front of the Caravel bench. Out of bounds to St. Mark's. Mary Kate Rhodes, the Caravel coach, standing right there in the black.
No.
It's not. No, Nick, when you're over 30 years old, over 40. It's a little tougher. And then I think we have a turnover here. And a throwing for Caravel.
Yeah, they're waiting for substitution to come in.
Ball bounces out of bounds. St. Mark says it's theirs, and they are correct. So we had a whirlwind of activity in that middle part of the half. Once the offenses got started,
I always
there
think
was a lot
this.
of activity.
I always think soccer, the first 10 minutes sometimes, a filling out process. I mean, I'm not saying you won't see goals in the first 10 minutes, but a lot of times it's just.
That was a great slide tackle by Gianna DeFebo. It saves with Caravel, but she interrupts their offense. Here's Abe looking for the give and go with Mashinsky, and down the left side goes Taylor Abe. She's got room. Sends it looking for Mashinsky, but it rolls in on Gibbons. 5 and change to go here in half number 1. Thanks for joining us on the NFHS Network, powered by 302 Sports. Mike Lang with Jason Winchell and Nick Halliday with you from Bear, Delaware. You know what that means? That means bear with us. This is Lillian O'Brien. She goes down the right side. Nice interception there by Trumbull, who's been outstanding today. That looked like a handball, no call. But it's going to go to Caravel anyway. So that's you see the referee saying play it. That was a handball, also no call. Another handball, Jay.
He's consistent. He's letting them play.
This referee
It's very good.
he does let them play. I've
Yep.
seen this guy a number of times. And we have a substitution coming in for the Spartans.
Like you said, if it doesn't impact the play, a lot of times you won't see that call.
That was what they called the point of emphasis a couple years ago.
Yep.
Checking in is Sienna Trumbull, number 2. Bryn Casapula is going to head to the bench for the last couple minutes here of half number 1. Libinate off of a couple bodies. It's going to bounce back in on Gibbons, and she just scoops it up. That was a smart thing to do because Emma Gibbons is a smart player. She gets a hold of that one, played by the Bucks, however, and down the right side is number 10, Sydney Hayden. Gets around the defender. Can she get the cross? No, it's going to be over the end line. I believe we're going to have our first
Should
corner.
be a corner kick, right?
37th minute.
This is where it
Really?
gets interesting.
Goalie earns her money. And the defense. So it's going to be, now I've seen Carroll do set pieces. It looks like they're going straight to the middle here. Number 8 for Caravel, Kendall Southern, will inbound the ball with the left foot. Headed by Frenopel over Buffon's head. And we have a free kick coming here.
I think that's going to be on.
I think it's on St. Mark's.
Oh, okay. I thought that was going to be on Caravel.
It's going to be just outside the box. It was a couple yards outside, well, maybe a yard,
I was
maybe
saying,
a foot
where
outside the box.
Where he's spotting it, it's pretty close to that yellow line.
So they're going to have to back that wall up. It's only a 3-woman wall here. It's Frenopel, Paoli, and Phillips.
It is a tough angle.
Might go into the middle here. Let's see. Gibbons in the middle of the net. Over Gibbons and over the net by inches, Jay.
I was going to say, from up here, it looked like he just went over.
Just over the net. And it'll be a goal kick. So Caravel, maybe their second best chance after that free kick that was offside. The offensive chances have been there for both teams. Gibbons clears it up the middle, played by the Spartans. Nice job there to Rowan Lowy, but it bounces around. She does get by a defender and can't keep it in bounds. It'll be a throw for Caravel. This has been an entertaining first half, only missing goals.
Yeah.
That throw in stolen by the Spartans. Phillips sends it down the right side. Can she get a teammate? It's leaking toward the sideline and just, that's just inside the post.
I was going to say, I think it's a throw.
It's going to be a throw way down.
What's helped St. Mark's?
I can't even see that corner unless I move. Wow, the Caravel, that was 6 inches, Jay, from being a goal kick.
Yeah, which you'd rather have.
We're in the last 2. That's going to be chipped. It's not going to go over the end line. St. Mark's with a chance. Lowy has it blocked, and it's going to be a goal kick for Caravel. I couldn't really tell who that went off, but it was off St. Mark's. So it's going to be one of the defenders. One of their defenders is taking the ball. It looks like we're in the last 2, by the way. So
yeah, I don't think there's much stoppage time.
There's not much in the way of stoppage time.
We've played about a minute, so.
O'Brien to number 22, Sierra Potts, one of the freshmen on this team. Caravel trying to make something happen. Laid into Mashinsky. St. Mark's gets the ball loose for a second. A lot of Buccaneers there. They're going to send into the middle looking for Abe. Can't get it.
Here comes
and
the counter.
Comes Phillips. She's got Lowy and Avancho. Can she get them the ball? No, we're not going to have that opportunity as the whistle blows to end a scoreless first half. So, some chances, some excitement, no goals. We have a 10-minute halftime, and the score is no score. Caravel St. Mark's Division II Soccer Championship. We're back with second half action. You're watching the NFHS Network powered by 302 Sports.
This presentation of the NFHS Network is brought to you by American Dairy Association Northeast. Your milk comes from a good place.
Finna make common sense cool again. No tripping, I'm the man, caught slipping. I'll be 20, 30, 50 high. Something to send to Uncle Sam. No, it's hitting fans, only sowing fertile land. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Check his post, he ain't got it. Send plans, more than likely, she about it. What he posts, more than likely, he ain't about it. Caught a wave, now we finally making noise. Y'all quiet, y'all timid, y'all shy. Illinois, put in work, finally got it sound, we got it. Illinois, y'all ain't even got no poise. Y'all know, I'm the boy, I'm the boy, I'm the boy.
Ho, ho, ho! Academy Sports and Outdoors has the gifts to make this your most fun Christmas ever. From game tables, to bikes, to team sports, and the best from Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour, golf, and grills. We've got everybody covered this holiday. Merry Christmas from everyone at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
This presentation of the NFHS Network is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there.
This presentation of the NFHS Network is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there.
With great brands at the best prices at Academy Sports and Outdoors, you'll always find more fun. More of this and this, and more of this and this. So you can do more of that, and that, and that, and definitely some of that. While getting together for more of that, and that. Yes! Have more fun with great brands at the best prices, only at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way. My kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
The NFHS Learning Center is the leader in online education for the interscholastic community. At nfhslearn.com, you can find over 70 courses, including more than 30 free courses, such as concussion in sports, heat illness prevention, sudden cardiac arrest, and protecting students from abuse. To learn more, visit the NFHS Learning Center.
Your actions in the stands impact participating students, including your child. Be respectful. Be supportive. Do your part in creating a positive and educational environment for everyone. To learn more, watch the Parent Seat video at the NFHS Learning Center.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
He's going to take it himself for a championship. A double play wins it from Frazier. Turn it to the end zone. What a catch. McKinnon's on touchdown. Volusia wins it. The championship.
This presentation of the NFHS Network is brought to you by American Dairy Association Northeast. Your milk comes from a good place.
Finna make common sense cool again. No tripping, I'm the man, caught slipping. I'll be 20, 30, 50 high. Something to send to Uncle Sam. No, it's hitting fans, only so in fertile land. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Check his post, he ain't got it. Send plans, more than likely, she about it. What he posts, more than likely, he ain't about it. Caught a wave, now we finally making noise. Y'all quiet, y'all timid, y'all shy. Illinois, put in work, finally got it sound, we got it. Illinois, y'all ain't even got no poise. Y'all know, I'm the boy, I'm the boy, I'm the boy.
Academy Sports and Outdoors has the gifts to make this your most fun Christmas ever. From game tables to bikes to team sports and the best from Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour, golf, and grills. We've got everybody covered this holiday. Merry Christmas from everyone at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
This presentation of the NFHS Network is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there.
This presentation of the NFHS Network is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there.
With great brands at the best prices at Academy Sports and Outdoors, you'll always find more fun. More of this and this, and more of this and this. So you
chance there. We did have almost a own goal down here on the other end.
Yeah, absolutely.
For
went
Caravel, almost kicked in a goal on their own.
Yeah, went off the top crossbar.
Yeah, got lucky there. No, we switch sides now. Caravel in the gray and the maroon. Going from your left to your right, St. Mark's. That's going to be a goal kick in the white with the green letters, going from your right to your left as we get underway here for game 2.
Think about these teams. They both play the same style, kind of. Both very good on the back end. And then you'll see them kick those long outlet passes.
Yeah, they try to get it down. One thing I noticed, Jay, was a lot of the game was played in the middle of the field, but
yes,
it was in a lot of congested areas. Sometimes you want to try to switch fields.
I said the same thing in the first half.
Uh-oh. Is she offsides? Yeah, she's offsides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And almost up at the 30-yard line.
Yeah.
So they'll bring it up a little bit.
Try to go with that long kick there, Jay, as you said, knock it down in.
And that's one thing St. Mark's will try and hit you with that counter.
Use their speed.
Yep, and that's why I said even though they play on grass during the season, they like playing on the turf.
Well, the ball is faster on the turf. There's no doubt in that. It's a lot funner to play, if you ask me, on turf.
Yeah.
Soccer, not some sports. Not a big baseball turf fan, but
I agree with you there.
Well, some of it anyway.
Yes.
Here we go again. We're going to go up that right side, and we're going to get a free kick.
So I see why some schools go with it, because with all the rain we had this spring.
Exactly, right? Yeah, I was going to say, I knew you were going to say that, the weather.
They were able to get the
games in.
Yes.
Yeah. We don't have to do the old trick. There's another chance she's going to be offsides again. And that's Rowan Lowry.
You can see what St. Mark's is trying to do. They're trying to hit that home run pass.
Oh, yeah.
And take a chance. And one of these times, they're going to stay on sides, and it's going to be a
good opportunity for them.
Yep.
If Caravel, if you watch their back line, kind of creeps up. And got to watch that sometimes. You might get bit if you try to creep up a little bit, and the referee doesn't see that, then you've pretty much given a free kick there. Big crowd here, though, Jay, for both sides.
Yeah, I expected this.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, in both championships, you got the 1 and 2 seed. Both have been rematches of some championships in the past, and so
I'm not aware if Caravel graduated, but I know St. Mark's did yesterday. And
Caravel, I believe, graduates this Wednesday coming up.
Okay.
So they'll have.
But a lot of students are here from St. Mark's. I wonder if they're seniors. Are they in senior week now?
Yeah.
But if your team's in the state championship, I remember playing a couple, and we stayed home.
Their graduation was late yesterday.
Yeah, it was. Yep.
So probably had some parties, and we'll go to the game today, and then maybe head down after the game.
Yeah, my neighbor Kayla Merritt, St. Mark's graduated, and I saw her and her family yesterday.
I thought the same thing yesterday with Sally's lacrosse. They graduated on Friday night, and it looked like they had a lot of kids there that were probably on their way.
Yeah, what a fun time.
Yeah.
The spring season is just so busy though, with all the sports and all the championships and
graduations,
baccaratties, whatever. There's so much involved, and
it's a hard job scheduling.
Oh God, I can only imagine what the DIA goes through. Here we go. Caravel putting a little pressure on, looking to go down this right side, but the spring championships are always fun, Jay.
Yeah, they are.
Although, like you said, we haven't had that summer weather yet.
Yeah. I feel like we've had maybe a few in the 80s.
A few.
But that's it. Yeah. Normally you have a lot more.
I know these girls today are happy it's not 80 degrees.
Yeah.
Nice and cool with a good breeze here on the campus of the Caravel Academy. St. Mark's with possession now. Seems like every time they get the ball, there's a gray jersey on them now.
Yeah, Caravel's, I think, one of the best defensive teams in the state. Like Mike said earlier, they don't score much, but they don't have to score much because that's how good their defense is.
Looking to center it here.
And St. Mark's got here by beating Newark Charter 1-0.
Oh, that's O'Brien, one of the captains. Uh-oh. There's Mershinsky. She looks outside to Hayden. Oh, they're going to call that. I knew they were going to call that, even though it wasn't much. Good job by DeFebo. Is it DeFebo or DeFebo?
I think you're, I think it's DeFebo.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
I didn't get the pronunciations. I'm filling in from Mike right now, but we'll get it.
I'm trying to remember how Mike said it in the first half. He did go down and get him before the game.
Oh, that ball not hit too hard. Here's Hayden. That ball is dispossessed and taken away. St. Mark's back line has been really tough.
Yeah, they are. I mean, like I said, they shut out Newark Charter, a team that in the regular season they won 4-3, and on Wednesday or Thursday when they played, it was 1-0. And then Caravel went into overtime with Archmere 2-1.
Yeah. Archmere graduates today, Jay, right? So that would have been
Yeah, they graduated at 1 o'clock when the time of this game was supposed to start.
Would have been playing, so that would have been changed had they had advanced.
So I say they have the hardest job this time of
That's
year.
going to be a corner. Mashinsky kicks it off the St. Mark's defender. Second corner of the game, and both of them were by
Caravel.
Yeah.
You know, Mike and I said, I think one of these set pieces is going to decide this game.
Yeah, this game looks like it's going to be tight. Here's the kick. Right in front. Good kick. The header. Oh, teammates collide. But it's kicked out. And that was O'Brien who took the corner, and we're going to get might be our first card.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like our first card. Yep, yellow. First card of the game, Jason.
Yeah.
Going to be on Roland Lowry.
And we've seen Macy Hood on a couple of these free kicks, Nick, sending the ball pretty far.
I was going to say, she's got a nice boot. She did that goal that was called back. She must have kicked that 60 yards in there. The wind is going across the field, so. And field goal's good.
Yeah.
That's a 37-yarder.
Yeah. I'm sure somewhere Coach Reed is going.
Why can't I have her kicking for me?
You see that nowadays with the with these soccer players doing both.
I did remember Middletown was one of the most recent ones that I've seen with the girl kicker, and she was good. Throw in right here on the near sideline. Mashinsky's looking, kicks it out. It's going to be a throw in for Caravel. That wind just picked up right there, the gust, and it happens to help them now. Going across the field. Man on there. Uh-oh. Kicked up ahead. Let's see how the bounce goes. Do you just knock it back to your goalie now, or?
Yeah, I was.
She's going to run with it.
I thought she was going to kick it back to the goalie, but we can see what Caravel does. She had so much space, Nick. It wasn't really like she was getting chased. So.
Well, got lucky there.
Yeah. Normally, you want to go back to your goalie, let her kick it out.
That's what I was thinking.
But remember, if it's kicked back,
Ava Denise,
the goalie cannot touch it with her hands.
Ava's going to get St. Mark's is going to get a throw in. Looks like they're going to bring down Paoli for the throw in. It has those green cleats. Uh-oh, good centering pass. Good defense right now, though. 3 gray jerseys on her. Oh. Good kick from Trumbull. Was just off the mark.
Yeah. Making sure that wasn't deflected, but it wasn't.
That wind is coming across kind of in their face now. It's coming basically from the far left corner going across to the far right corner. It's kind of changed where it was going east to west here.
I think you remember that Division II men's soccer game we did the one year where it was 50-mile-per-hour winds. Oh, my
God. We couldn't even keep the table down. No. Remember the field hockey one we did?
Yeah.
Down at SAS?
Yep. So, I mean, we've seen some windy games.
Oh, yeah, this is not bad. Goal kick now for the Buccaneers. Here at Bob Peoples Stadium. Saw Mr. Peoples yesterday.
Oh, yeah? At the lacrosse?
No, sorry, softball.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Caravel softball. That's what it was. Get my days mixed up. We got so many games.
I know.
Which, speaking of softball, will be Monday night.
Yeah.
7 p.m. live from the University of Delaware. Caravel and Sussex Tech. Here we go. St. Mark's on the move. It's a through ball.
That's onside.
Out in front. The goal. Oh, and the save.
What a save.
Emma Gibbons.
Fitzgerald,
Oh,
right?
sorry. Yep, Fitzgerald, wrong. Taylor Fitzgerald, I'm sorry about that.
She's had an outstanding career at Caravel, and she came up with another big save.
Yeah, that was.
I said St. Mark's is going to hit on one of those fruit balls and not be offsides, and that was it.
Fitzgerald, I mean, she kicked it right at her.
Yeah.
She's probably kicking herself right now, wishing she went for one of the corners, but that's tough, and you're at full speed.
Yeah, you're going down. You got a defender coming.
Yeah, it's
chasing
one
you
touch.
down. You probably, like you said, probably wish she went to one of the corners, but.
Yeah, Fitzgerald was there. Battle for the ball. Vencho there. Taken out. They're going to let him play. That was Haynes dispossessed. She's still on the ball, though. They're going to look up. They're going to call her out. And it's going to be a throw-in. We're going to get a substitute. Sydney Hayden's going to come off for Caravel. And on the field is number 5, Haley Haynes. Got 2 Haynes, Hayden Haynes and Haley Haynes. Both 11 graders. I'm guessing they're twins.
Yeah, could be. Here comes St. Mark's. It's going to be a throw in again for Caravel.
What'd I miss? How about that opportunity for Whitney Avancho, huh?
Yeah. We had a great save by Fitzgerald.
She made an outstanding save.
I know we and Nick were talking. I think she wished she kicked it away from her, but when you're going down on a breakaway like that, you got the defender on it. But
it was a great through ball.
Yeah, and I said they had a couple of them.
Here we go again.
Sides.
She's got another opportunity. That's a foul. And it's rebounded it in.
Now
but the whistle had blown.
The whistle had blown. The flag was up.
It's an offside again.
Yep.
It was knocked in by by Sadie Trumbull, but it's not going to count.
Yeah,
I didn't see the flag go up, Jay.
That flag was up about same thing like the Caravel. It's hard to see from us over here, see that flag go up.
But St. Mark's get some opportunities in this.
Yeah, Caravel had
second half.
Caravel had that corner kick in
to
start this first half, but since then it's been pretty much St. Mark's.
You know, they like that home run ball, Jay. We mentioned it before. That's going to be no call.
They've had 3 of them now called for offsides.
That's going to go over the end line, but St. Mark's trying to put the pressure on. Looks like more and more like one goal might be the difference here in this game.
We've had 2 goals called back.
Yeah, and I appreciate you and Nick carrying me while I was down on the field getting my artwork. And that corner by Caravel, it was headed by Frenopfel, but then punched by Emma Gibbons.
And it's a good thing she did, because if not, that had top corner written all over it. We've only had the 1 card so far.
But what a play by, it looked like a handball. It looked like what a play by Fitzgerald on that breakaway by Whitney Avancho.
And then we had the Macy Hood field goal. We said Coach Reed
just a little high. It looks like they're going to try it again for Avancho, but Caravel defense, Jay, good job getting in the way. The game seems to have opened up here in the second half like it did later in the first half.
Yeah, I kind of expect it now. You get towards that.
That's going to stay inbound.
Middle stage of the second half where, like you said, if you can get a goal, put the pressure on the other team.
Into the middle they go. This is Gianna DeFebo. Talked to Gianna's mom briefly outside. Only because we're on the St. Mark's side, and I talked, as people said hi on the way down. There's Sienna Trumbull trying to get it cleared, but it goes to a Buccaneer. That is O'Brien down the left side. She goes, but Fernapfel's got the well, I don't know what she's going to be able to do. She might just let it roll out, and she does.
I would. Yep.
That's going to be a goal kick. So nice play by Ava Fernapfel. So, but anyway, great atmosphere down on the field. I was glad I went down for a few minutes just to check everything out. It was a great crowd here today. And some of the second game people are probably filing in. Parking might be at a premium here at Caravel right now, but it'll clear out at some point. But, yeah, Whitney Avancho with that excellent opportunity. Still looking for number 6, Lily Phillips. I don't think we're done hearing from Lily yet. And the same with Taylor Abe from Caravel. So the big players make big plays. That's kicked out of bounds over the head of Dre Smith. And it's going to be a throw-in for the Spartans. I see we didn't have DoorDash up here while I was gone.
No.
No, that's all right. I'm going to get something between games. Along with my laptop. Maybe get some work done. Played by Hood. Past Mushinsky. Look out for Taylor Abe. She's on it. She can only chip it in. Gibbons comes out and slides into it.
Yeah, and that's going. Like, you can't hesitate.
She had to make a decision.
She made the decision. You go with it because a slight hesitation, and it's in the back of the net. So, great job by her. And that was the only thing Caravel could do. She had to chip it by the defender. Now, here they come again, Mike. Good defense there by St. Mark's.
It's going to be a
Caravel throw in, and there's going to be a substitution.
Yeah, somebody coming in for Caravel. See if we can get the number. The gray and maroon. Once they get closer, it's okay.
You can only get you can only substitute when you're on the offense. Like it's your ball.
See if this girl ever turns, I'll tell you who came into the game. They throw it to her. It's number 10, Sydney Hayden.
Here comes the third corner kick, Mike, and all of them have been Caravel so far. Like you said, the one they had early in this half,
that was dangerous.
It was, and that's one thing. Me and Nick said it when you were gone. You and I said in the first half, I think one of these set pieces could be the difference in this game.
So it's going to be kicked in by the lefty, number I can't see. It's into the box, off the body, over the end line. It's going to be a goal kick. Yeah. So Caravel sending it into the box, which makes sense. You just want to get into traffic and hope you get a deflection or an open look or something. But that one off of Buccaneer and out of bounds as we head into minute 61 here, Jay. We play 80, by the way. Everybody knows that. And that's going to be a handball on Sienna Trumbull. Have not called many of those today. They let most of them go. So if we have, I see somebody coming over. It looks like the Apo soccer team making their way over. That could be, no, they're going to be in dark jerseys, right? So that's probably Apo coming in. But back to this game. Macy Hood over the wall. Gibbons makes the catch.
And Middletown is here, and they're in their white jerseys back here behind them.
So the opportunities are here for both teams. We'll see if anybody can capitalize. That ball headed by Avancho over. Well, not quite over. Phillips has it. Lily's been bottled up pretty good. Libanati back to Fernapfel. They're going to try to get it going with Trumbull, but that's Hood with the ball. And O'Brien plays it back. So Caravel setting things up down the left side. Can they get by this defense? Libanati and Paoli are there to send it back. Did we talk about the St. Mark's offense? They also have a very solid back line. But look at that play by Taylor Abe to get through everybody. And that ball's loose. And that's going to be an opportunity. It's up over Gibbons' head, but just to the right of the post.
And I don't think she touched it, so it's going to be a goal kick. But you're right, Mike. Both teams have great defenses. Both teams, St. Mark's scores more than Caravel does. Probably during the season.
But we were just talking about on the field, the difference that Taylor Fitzgerald makes.
Yes.
She is the difference a lot of times for Caravel. This is Mushinsky, one of their scorers. back to number 3, Hayden Haynes. Haynes, one of the backliners for the Bucks that makes things happen. Looking for, I believe that's Abe down the sideline. Can't get it to her. Throwing for the Spartans. Jay, we have 17 and change to go, and maybe some more.
Yeah, and as I told Nick, during the regular season, St. Mark's played Newark Charter 4-3. We got into the playoffs 1-0.
1-0.
And that's only what happens come playoff time.
That ball bouncing off the turf. There's Gibbons. So Caravel is putting the pressure on now.
It seemed like St. Mark's had it for about 5 minutes, and now Caravel's had it the last 5 minutes.
How about that boot by Gibbons, headed by Avancho in on Fitzgerald, but that was a heck of a boot.
One thing, Fitzgerald's a good goalie.
She's got a good leg.
Yeah.
She's got a year left, so we'll probably see her again. This time it's Sadie Trumbull. Just going to tap it out of bounds to get St. Mark's a chance to set up here.
That's the right play, Mike. Like you said, now you can defense get back.
Throwing here for number 14, and that's Melania Suter. Suter gets it back, sends it into the box. Gibbons is there. With Taylor Abe closing in on her. Paisley Paoli on defense. And Jay, like I said, I got to look at the visitor side stands when I was out there, and it's full. Beautiful day, not too hot out.
Yeah, me and Nick were talking. It looks like a lot of seniors here too for St. Mark's. They graduated yesterday. Probably going to come here today, and then.
Yeah, it looks like 6 or 7 seniors on the field for the Spartans. This is O'Brien, Mashinsky. Nice play by Trumbull to kind of interrupt things, and Paoli plays it. We have a foul after the kick. Phillips wants an explanation on that one. Of course, I was looking at the ball, Jay, did not see the play.
She kind of pushed her down. I can see why they're arguing, because it was called after the play. But sometimes they'll wait and see if you have an advantage and then just say play on.
So another long free kick, but this is Hood. We've seen this before. They can make something happen into the box. Headed by St. Mark's, right in on goal. I believe that was off St. Mark's. Somebody's coconut. Phillips trying to get through. They've just done a good job not letting her get free. Avancho down, can't play the ball, and gets by a Spartan. Well, that kick stuffed. Abe looking for some play, but she's just pushed out of the way by Ava Fernapfel. Casapula trying to get it over there. I believe that's Lauren Pressler. And it's going to be a throw-in for Pressler and the Bucks. 67th minute here. We are still scoreless.
And now you're starting to get down into those where one
Abe,
goal.
Yeah, Abe with the cross, but it goes over the end line to be a
where one goal
kick.
will
yeah,
probably.
Yeah. You're right.
You get it in the last 10 minutes a lot of times. That puts a lot of pressure on the other team.
So the kick coming for Gibbons. She's got that right leg nice and warmed up. Line drive. Played by both teams, but it's going to be Phillips. She's got, no surprise, she's got Macy Hood on her. Up the middle looking for Casapula. Can't get it, but it's just Joy Buffon. She's just going to send it out of bounds. And a throw-in for the Bucks. Coming up in Game 2, the Division I final, it's going to be an Appoquinimink School District battle for the second straight year. It's going to be Middletown and Appo. Jason and I will have the call on that one for you. Originally scheduled for 3:30. We'll see if it holds. That play into the middle. Abe sends it across. Just chipped up in the air by the Spartans. Robinson. Macy Hood is going to have the throw in as that's kicked off of Casapula. Intercepted by Casapula. Good job there to Phillips. Poked by the Bucks, and they're going to have a chance. Send in high, just over the net. So that counter almost ended up costing St. Mark's. Boy, I thought that was going to arc right over Gibbons' head, where she had no chance. Another line drive, this one headed by DeFebo and played by Ava Denise on the far sideline. Denise to Phillips. Poked away. Down the right side. Don't know if anybody's going to be able to get there, and it rolls out of bounds. So it's been mostly Caravel now for the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll see if the Spartans have another flurry left in them here in regulation, 69th minute. This one booted downfield. There's nobody home. We'll see who gets to it for an awful. Letting it roll, and it rolls out of bounds about 10 yards from the flag, and it's going to be a throw-in. Spartans, Paoli will take it. Ronan off of a Buccaneer, and then there's a stoppage of play. It's going to be a, I don't know what the call is. Let's see. Somebody got hit in the head out there, and they're going to call the trainer out. So the stoppage of play for a head injury. Not sure. Let's see if we can get a look. I can't see a number. Lily Phillips standing in front of the player. It is number 15, Gianna DeFebo, but she says she's okay. And she's going to head to the bench. So they're going to bring in a sub. Let's see who it is. Number 8 for St. Mark's. That's Dana Shanklin, I believe, making her first entry into the game after DeFebo gets hit there, and then they have to stop the play, and she's going to be checked out. So it's going to be a restart here.
Yeah, what they'll do is they'll drop the ball, and then
it's
Caravel will probably kick it back to St. Mark's.
We'll see what happens.
Unless they called a.
I don't think he called.
No.
They're going to kick it into the box, looking for a goal. Gibbons is run into, and it's interference.
Offside.
It's offside, not going to count. And they're looking for a card as Gibbons is hurt. And she hops up, hobbling just a little bit, but you're probably going to have to use a chain and a hook to get Emma Gibbons out of there today. So that was a little collision in the box. St. Mark's looking for something. Caravel wants the goal. But the flag did go up. It was an offside. It's going to be a St. Mark's ball. And Caravel's arguing for a. They're not going to get the goal, Jay.
No, it was.
There's no VAR here today.
The offside was called. Definitely the flag went up, and like you said, I don't know if they called interference or not either. But it was definitely. I definitely saw the flag go up right away.
So they're going to have one of their defenders kick instead of.
So that's the third.
Instead of Gibbons.
The third offsides. We had two from Caravel, and one from St. Mark's.
Shanklin with the steal, but it's kept in, and now off of who? It's going to be off of St. Mark's, according to the official. The lineman was having to flag up the other direction.
He pointed to Caravel. This line guy over here pointed this way.
So the throw in deep. And there's a trip, and there's a foul on Abe, and it's going to be a free kick for St. Mark's. And it's been pretty much Caravel the last 8 minutes here.
Yeah, maybe this will settle down the crowd a little bit on this side.
Well, his flag went up for St. Mark's, and then he switched it.
He saw
the official's call. But it's St. Mark's ball now. Phillips takes the kick, and this is Casapula to Shanklin. Comes off the bench and thrown into the situation here. Casapula into the middle. It's chipped. It's going to be kicked way out of bounds, and a throw-in for the Spartans. And the ball goes back in the field. The ball boy said he's not getting paid, but he gets free food. Shanklin trying to get around a Caravel defender. It's going to stay with the Spartans. 71st minute, we have a substitution. I would not be shocked if that's Gianna DeFebo heading back in. And that's exactly who it is. So good job by Dana Shanklin and her few minutes of action today. Very important. She had a couple of interceptions there and contributed to the Spartans. You never know when you're going to get called into that game. Sadie Trumbull with the throw-in. Looking for DeFebo. Gets it loose, but it's played by Sydney Hayden and cleared out by the Bucks. Paola's going to try to let it go out of bounds, and Abe just cannot catch up to it. So Spartans throw-in down the left side. There's some contact down there. Lowy off of her foot, so it's going to be Caravel ball. That throw-in gets by a couple bodies off of St. Mark's. Caravel will retain. So this game, has, despite no goals, this game has not lacked for excitement. That's for sure.
No, we had 2 taken off the board, another one off a crossbar.
Couple just tie.
Yep.
No corner kicks today for St. Mark's, which is unusual. There's a home run ball by Phillips. Lowy's trying to catch up to it. DeFebo is there. Defender falls down, and we have a flag.
She pushed her.
And it's going to be that. Don't forget that ball rolling in. That whistle blew a long time ago. The card, is that a card?
No, I think it's just a foul.
He's holding something in his hand, but I don't think it's a yellow.
No, I think it's just a foul. And the linesman went up with the flag right away.
So it'd be a free kick here. There was a lot of contact.
And I think people forget that the linesman can call those contact fouls if they see it.
Headed back by St. Mark's. They're going to try it again. Phillips to Casapula. Up the middle, looking for DeFebo, but Buccaneer defenders there. It's off the arm, no call. And kicked out of bounds by Caravel. They're letting those hands and arm balls go today.
They are. Both teams.
I think I've seen one call all day.
Yeah, both teams.
Casapula keeps it in. This is Sadie Trumbull to Bryn Casapula, but there's number 14 for Caravel. That's Melania Suter.
I feel like they've done a good job today.
They have. Here's Abe. Taylor Abe, the 8th grader, and there's here's going to be a dangerous free kick for Caravel after Abe is knocked down. 74th minute. This is going to be a 36-yard free kick.
Last time we had it from this distance, she put it through for the 3 points, the field goal. So she's going to have to try and get a little lower.
Macy Hood is going to take the kick. Caravel is going to, I imagine, just rush the net here. Waiting for the whistle.
Caravel's got to watch out, Mike. A couple of them that have been called offsides.
And they take off early here. They're trying to hold back. Here's the shot by Hood. It's going to be wide, just wide to the left.
Yeah, it kind of tailed away at the end.
So it's been mostly Caravel these last 10 or 12 minutes or so. Let's see if St. Mark's has some late magic left.
Yeah, and I'm expecting a St. Mark's kind of.
They're trying those home run balls, but they've been called offside a couple times and a few times. The Caravel defense is really, really good. And here's a steal by Hood, taken back by Lowy. Caravel gets it back down the left side. Fernalfo watches it go out of bounds.
I think it's
throw in for the Spartans.
The best defense St. Mark's has seen all year.
They did play them in April,
yes.
early April,
yeah,
so they've seen it before.
Yep.
But it's been a long time since these teams have run into each other. Almost 2 months on the calendar. April 3rd. I was here. It was actually a fairly nice night for April.
Well, me and Nick were talking. There has not been many days over 80 degrees so far.
No, they're coming this week, I think.
Yep. 85, I believe, on Wednesday.
Here's the throw-in. A lot of traffic over there on the far sideline. Ball stays in. See if anybody can get clear possession here. Caravel sends it down the middle. Trumbull, nice job by Sadie Trumbull to turn around and get that ball to a teammate. That would be Libinate. Got to go down here. This is down the left side to Trumbull. Tries to get by a defender, but a nice play there by Caravel. Couldn't see the number. Played there by number 5, Haley Haynes. Got to get 2 Hayneses in, just 2 Trumbles, 2 Hayneses. Trumbull out of bounds, and it's, it doesn't say Caravel ball. So it is the Buccaneers ball with unofficially the 77th minute. Abe tries to kick it to a teammate and
that
does.
That was a good play.
St. Mark's closes around.
Yeah, it was good defense.
The Caravel player there, but
I don't know how she got that ball.
Caravel was going to have an opportunity here, sent into the box, tipped by a Spartan, and played out. That's kicked way up in the air. Gibbons lines it up. Off her hands, it's loose. And it's rolled out of the box. I think it's off Caravel. No, it's going to be Caravel ball. Emma Gibbons just unable to hang on to it. And this is going to be a Caravel
that's what happened.
Throw-in.
That was
bounces over her head.
That was like one of my golf shots. It was up in the air for a while.
This time it's a goal kick. So St. Mark's escapes heartache right there.
Reminder, the last 2 minutes will be kept on the field. We should begin there in another less than a minute.
Buccaneers are the ones playing the defense the last few minutes. That's going to be a foul.
Caravel rightfully called.
But they are not letting St. Mark's really get out of their own end. Phillips going to do the kicking here.
Yeah, this is where she can kick one deep and just
tries to get it off of DeFebo.
Because right now all the pressure has been on that St. Mark's defense.
Casapula stops that ball, looking for some openings, and Haley Haynes kind of interrupts her. Phillips gets around Hood, and Hood with the legal tackle there got a piece of the ball.
We're in the last 2 minutes of action here.
St. Mark sends it deep. DeFebo's there. Can she get to the ball? She does. Does not have a clear lane to kick. Casapula looking. Played by Caravel toward the sideline. We have a foul on St. Mark's. So it's going to be a free kick for the Buccaneers in the final 2. Played by Ivancho. Down she goes. Lily Phillips with the ball. She's going to go right. See if she goes right toward the net. She gets it into Whitney Ivancho. Whitney looking for the kick. Here it is on Fitzgerald. It's going to go wide left. And St. Marshall hasn't put much on net lately.
No, like you said, Caravel. It's just good. I think St. Mark's is just finally giving their defense some breathers. So for about 12 minutes span, it was Caravel was really putting some pressure on them. I mean, I don't see how much time's left. Like I'd say we were inside a minute.
There's not been much in the way of stoppage time. We did have a brief stoppage for an injury. That ball's loose. Haynes
she's on
trying
sides.
to get to it. 3 St. Mark's defenders there. Can they stop this opportunity for Caravel? Back out they go. Shot off of Fernapfel. Hey, Ava took a shot right up high on that one, but she's okay. So the 3 St. Mark's defenders did what they needed to do there.
Yeah.
St. Caravel had a great opportunity. That ball head into the middle. Kicked up in the air by Sierra Potts. Taken by the Spartans. That's onside. Can Denise get to it? Ava Denise. Can she be the hero? Shot. Goal!
No, it's wide.
No, just wide.
Wide.
Just wide left. Or wide right from here.
Wide.
I thought it was in from my angle.
They stopped they blew the play dead, Mike, for the game.
They blew the whistle?
Way before that. I was wondering why everybody was walking off the field.
All right, so I'm not sure that would have counted or not. Here's the deal. We're scoreless. We're going to play 10-minute overtime. It is golden goal, right, Jay?
I believe so. I believe it's golden goal in overtime.
You used to call that sudden death. You can't call it that anymore. So it's golden goal. They play 2 10-minute overtimes. If we're still tied, we go to penalty kicks. Nobody really wants to go to penalty kicks. We like ending it with real soccer. So great defense there by both teams. Some great goaltending. And how many goals were wiped out there? Three?
Three
goals wiped out. So sorry, Apple and Middletown, you're going to have to wait a little bit.
It is 2:35. They play at 3:30, I believe. I think the Phillies played at, 1:30 today?
I forgot all about. After last night's game, I'd like to maybe forget about the Phillies for a while. Let's check. We're going to check the score. So anyway, we're going to turn this down for a second while we have a 5-minute break. All right, so it is 2 10-minute overtimes. We are playing golden goal. So if somebody scores, Jay, it is over. St. Mark's will defend to the left. Caravel, the top seed, will defend to the right. There's really no sun field per se. That's kind of behind us, so it's facing across the field. The wind has died down somewhat. We had a couple balls in nets that didn't count. One off a crossbar for St. Mark's. Caravel missed a couple just wide. If we don't get it done in 2 10-minute OTs, we go to PKs, and nobody really wants that. So Caravel, the top seed, will get possession first here in the overtime. And I can throw their headset on and do that.
If not, I'm going to have to go out there.
Is the headset over there?
Yeah, it's right here.
This right here.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. We found our cameraman. He wasn't gone. He was right there.
We just couldn't
We thought he was at the concession stand or at the comfort station or somewhere. And we are underway. This is Hood. Sends it to Taylor Abe. I was correct. And O'Brien sends it down. They're going to just attack, and why not? Caravel looking for an opening here. Sydney Hayden sends it over to the right side. Expect a cross if they can get around Buffon. They do. Over the end line.
Should be corner
kick. Caravel. So they get.
It's a fourth corner kick, I believe, right?
They get that ball down immediately. We're in the first minute of overtime. This is, I believe, their fourth. It will be inbound. A lot of traffic there in front.
Caravel will send a lot of people down there. Look for maybe a counterattack from St. Mark's.
Ball's in play. It's loose and cleared by St. Mark's, but not out. Shot over the net off the crossbar, chipped up. Haynes misses. A shot there for number 5, Haley Haynes. Sydney Hayden and Haley Haynes both had kicks at it.
One hit the crossbar for sure, and then the other one, it looked like a save. See, sometimes like the initial corner kick might not be dangerous, but the stuff afterwards is.
That ball's over the end line.
Should be a goal kick.
So there was a shot off the crossbar, and then St. Mark's defense stopped the second opportunity. I don't think any ball got to Emma Gibbons. That was dangerous. That ball floating around in the box. That was tough. And I tell you, Haley Haynes was almost a hero today. Number 5 for Caravel. She was there. Sent up by Gibbons. Made some contact before the play. Avancho goes down. Caravel on the offense again.
It just seems like Caravel's had a lot of the offense in the last 20 minutes.
Around the defender, cross to O'Brien. She's got a chance. Oh, knocked wide from the corner.
I'll tell you what, Mike. St. Mark's defense has been on their heels here in the first few minutes of overtime. Man, what a nice play there to deflect that wide.
Their corners have been so dangerous. Here we go into the middle. Gets through everybody. It's loose. In the net. Goal!
It's in.
Caravel wins 1-0, 83rd minute. The Buccaneers are your Division II state champions. Not sure who scored it. But this one is over. The Buccaneers have repeated.
It was all like the pressure. They had all the pressure in overtime, and it was just a matter of time. And that came off the second corner kick. It was kicked into the goal mouth, and like you said, I couldn't see who got their foot on it. But I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I think Gibbons got knocked over or just off balance, and the ball was just floating around that box in the 6-yard box. And I'm not sure who knocked it in, but somebody from Caravel obviously knocked that ball right into the front corner. Congratulations to the Buccaneers. They finish out the season with a record of 13-1-1. And St. Mark's, an outstanding season for Coach Swayze and his players. They finished 13-3. An outstanding game here today. Lots of opportunities, but it was all Caravel in the second part of that second half and overtime.
Yeah, like you said, it was one of the better Division II championship games I've seen in the recent years, and that was just an incredible game. Both teams had opportunities, and then Caravel gets the goal in overtime, Mike.
St. Mark's missed a couple of open shots. They are not open shots, but good looks they had, including one literally in the last play of regulation where Ava Denise just missed. In fact, I called it a goal. I thought it was in.
Goal. Number 19.
So the goal scored by one of the seniors, Macy Hood. We talk about her defense. Yeah. Macy Hood gets a championship-winning goal.
And that's the thing about her, Mike. She's a good defender, but she's so tall that she comes in on those corner kicks. And like I said, the initial shot came from the corner, and then the ball was just lying in there, and Hood puts in the back of the net and give Caravel the state championship. So, Mike, we'll when this ceremony starts, we'll just turn the volume up and let you hear the announcer from.
Yeah, we have our field mic. We'll see how well it picks it up. And so we have St. Mark's will get their medals and their trophy. Caravel will get their medals and their trophy. And then we'll take our little break. We'll get something to eat. We'll be back with the Division I game. But once again, Macy Hood on the corner, their fifth corner of the game, gets the goal. And I think Emma Gibbons, Jay, was just down and unable to get to that ball. And that ball just got into the front corner to the left of the keeper. And St. Mark's, an outstanding effort today, but it was just Caravel's day, and they win it 1-2-0. So we're going to let the DIAA take over here. We'll see you when they start Division II, or Division I rather. It is probably looking around a 3:30, 20-4 start. All right, everybody, enjoy the medal ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to midfield as we prepare for our award ceremony. DIAA staff, Executive Director Dave Ballard, and the Girls State Soccer Committee Chairman Joe Manlove will be presenting the championship and runner-up trophies and medals. The DIAA would like to thank all those who have contributed to a successful 2025 Soccer Division II State Championship. Thank you to our sponsors for their support, to the DIAA Girls Soccer Committee members for managing this championship, to the school administration, the athletic directors whose schools served as host sites throughout the tournament, and the countless volunteers, and especially Caravel Academy for serving as the host site for this year's championship. We thank you. At this time, we will begin the award presentation. First, the runner-up, St. Mark's Spartans. Number 1, Catherine Libinati. Number 2, Sienna Trumbull. Number 3, Presley Paoli. Number 4, Ava Denise. Number 5, Joy Buffon. Number 6, Lily Phillips. Number 7, Bryn Casapola. Number 8, Dana Shanklin. Number 9, Sophia Karch. Number 10, Whitney Avancho. Number 13, Emma Fazanouk. Number 14, Ava Fronefeld. Number 15, Gianna DeFibio. Number 16, Sadie Trumbull. Number 18, Emma Manley. Number 19, Sophia Hayden. Number 20, Victoria Van Sensen. Number 22, Brooke Kennedy. Number 24, Rowan Lowy. Number 99, Emma Gibbons. The runner-up trophy is awarded to St. Mark Spartans. They are represented by their head coach, Daniel Swayze, and their captains. And now, the 2025 DAAA Girls Soccer Division II State Championship, Caravel Academy. Number 0, Taylor Fitzgerald. Number 3, Hayden Haynes. Number 4, Callie Lewis. Number 5, Allie Haynes. Number 6, Lacey Blessing. Number 7, Reese Mushinsky. Number 8, Kendall Southern. Number 9, Jordan McConnell. Number 10, Sydney Hayden. Number 11, Lauren Pressler. Number 12, Hayden Wynn. Number 13, Ava Campbell. Number 14, Melania Suter. Number 15, Isabella Rivera Galindo. Number 16, Dina Alayan. Number 17, Lily O'Brien. Number 19, Macy Hood. Number 20, Samara Moore. Number 22, Sierra Potts. Number 25, Aiden Holiday. And number 28, Taylor Abe. The championship trophy is awarded to Caravel Academy, represented by their head coach, Mary Kate Rhodes, and the captains. Congratulations. On behalf of the Delaware Interscholastic Athletic Association and the DIAA Girls Soccer Committee, congratulations to all the players and coaches. Thank you to all the fans for your support and the school staffs and host sites once again. We thank you for your hard work and dedication.